What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So I've got iOS 26 on my iPhone 16 Pro. That's right, iOS 26. It's not iOS 19. Apple decided to skip a bunch of numbers and they wanted a more unified naming scheme for its portfolio of operating systems. So watchOS 26, iPadOS 26, macOS 26, and so on and so on. But let's directly dive into like the biggest changes that we get with this iOS 26. And do keep in mind this is the iPhone 16 Pro, and it's going to look very similar throughout the other iPhones. And this is also a developer beta, so I wouldn't recommend downloading it unless you have like a secondary device. If it's your main one, I probably wouldn't, but again, that's really up to you if you want to try it out. I've been using it for a little bit now, and it's sluggish, it does lag a little bit, and it does overheat a little more than I would have originally thought. But let's get right into it, and let's talk about this redesign. Apple calls it Liquid OS, clearly inspired by Vision OS, as you can see right here from like the home screen with like the new icons. We get a new gaming app right there. We also get a new lock screen, which I absolutely do love. Like, for example, this is the iOS 26 wallpaper, but you can also change how, this right here looks like. You can go really far, like it takes up half the screen, but I kind of like it maybe quarter of the way there, and it looks really clean. This is actually a really nice wallpaper too. But this entire user interface features crystal-like design elements and a more dynamic touch response, but it's essentially really a transparent design, and that's kind of what it is. And again, the lock screen, it's updated with that liquid glass. It's apparently more responsive, but I haven't really noticed that too. And the time right here, like I showed you, it can adapt to the subject of the photos and the number of incoming notifications as well. As of right now, I don't have any. I cleared them all. And Apple also added new spatial scenes, which does bring a 3D effect to your wallpapers. And again, this is just what I have right now. But just overall, as you can see, the animation too, just like going right into the home screen. Just take a look at that. And then bringing back up, it's a little laggy, but hopefully with like the next upcoming betas, it'll kind of get ironed out. Now, this is the first beta in a long time that I've experienced a lot of bugs and just a lot of like shortcomings. I'll put it that way. But let's get into the next app, which is going to be the camera. And here it is. It's much more fluid. It's much cleaner. I actually really like it. It's just straightforward. So you have right here again a transparent mode, so you can switch from photo to video and kind of slide it right here, time lapse, and it's got that translucent feel to it. But this was pretty much rumored months before. John Prosser had talked about it, and it actually kind of was a true thing. And I like it. It's really clean. Literally, like if you just want to take a photo, this is how it looks. So honestly, I really do like it. Good job, Apple, with the camera app. Like the user interface, it's more round and it's just much more clean, which something I do appreciate. It's more aesthetically pleasing. And again, like all the photo and video quality options right here, they can all be found in one place now. So it's something I do appreciate. Now, another app that has been updated I'm super happy about is the Photos app. So it's also been updated with the whole new visual identity. And now we get library and collections. So look, iOS 18 and past iOS updates, when Apple decided to revamp the Photos app, I think it was just with iOS 18, it was pretty annoying. It was pretty annoying. It was really cluttered. I didn't like it at all. But here, this is how it looks, and we get library and then collections right here on the very bottom. And you can see like those translucent icons right up here with a select and whatnot. But again, it's more, we got more rounder icons down here. And look, I just want to see what's in my library. That's really, if I want to go into collections, I can always go into collections too. So there is that. Now, the Safari app also does get an update, as you can see right here, it pretty much takes up the entire screen. Again, it's translucent bottom right here with the URL and some other buttons that you can choose from here. And it brings a smaller and adaptable tab bar, which blends into the page as you scroll. As you can see right there, as you scroll, it kind of minimizes, dynamically shrinks, I'll put it that way, so you can see more of the page. Now, also for me, I use FaceTime quite often, and FaceTime does get an update and gets a new landing page with a more personalized contact posters and video messages from your contacts. But obviously, I also use this to call friends and family, so I'm not going to really open those up. And the phone app does get a favorites tab as well as recents and voicemail. So Apple has thrown in a lot of great things like screen calling too. That's really nice. Apple is bringing voicemail summaries to help you save time. And I feel like these features were already present on Android devices, but now Apple's just bringing them here. So there is that. Now with messages, for example, if you are in a group, you can put out polls, which is pretty cool. And messages can get new backgrounds for chats. You can even use AI generated ones. You can use Apple Cache inside the chat, and you can see typing indicators throughout group chats. And then the screening tools from the phone app are also here with on-device spam detection. So I guess Apple's kind of throwing in these extra new features that may not be available through like RCS. So like if I'm texting just someone their phone number and they have an Android device, they're not going to get those. So they're kind of adding these new features, I guess you can say, that may just be exclusive to messaging and, you know, kind of bringing back people from RCS to this. I don't know. That's just some things I've seen online, so I kind of see what they're trying to say. Now, Apple has also added live translation, and it's Apple's overhauled translation app, which is overhauled by Apple Intelligence, which I'm not going to get into because it's like, come on, Apple Intelligence was already behind, and they're still behind. I think they're going to continue to fall behind. And live translation is integrated into the messaging app, the phone app, FaceTime app. So like if you're having a FaceTime call, you can get that live translation, which is something I do appreciate. Now, something I don't have is Apple CarPlay. Well, at least in my Tesla, I don't have it. And it also does get that liquid glass redesign. It extends its way into the car. Like you can get light and dark modes and new compact alerts for incoming calls, messages, and other notifications. And Apple is also bringing widgets to the CarPlay UI as well as live activities. So something that you can look forward to if you do have CarPlay. Okay, so I also want to show you guys the Games app. Now this is all new, and I don't know if like you are a gamer, then this may be for you. I guess it's an all-in-one destination for games, exploring new titles, connecting with friends. And this app does feature home, arcade, play together, and library tabs right here on the bottom. Again, it has that liquid glass redesign, and it's translucent as well. Gamers, you can find upcoming events, new updates, and you can jump into your favorite games straight from the app. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be using this. Probably not. As you can see, like I have Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is the main game I play as of right now. I'll have to try it out, but I don't know if I'll be, continuing to use it. There's other small updates too, like Apple Wallet flight status. There's order tracking. So like when you do get an order, like let's say you bought something from Amazon, you want to track it, it can kind of pull that information, so you don't need to go through your email or use a separate app to do that tracking. You will be able to use natively from Apple. Now there is one thing a lot of people have been talking about, and if we go into settings, you can obviously see that's small change right here in the design. But let's go to where it says battery, and right now I'm at 38% battery. Hopefully, I hope you guys can see just like that. But it shows last charge to 80%, but it can also show you your estimated time remaining, and it also shows your daily usage. It says you're using more battery today than you usually do by 10:15 p.m. And my average is 111%, but today I use 145%. That's obviously because the iOS 26 was unveiled, and I've been making a lot of content on it. Like I said, I use my phone quite often to make content, so it only does make sense. And as you can see right here, those apps that are using the screen quite frequently: TikTok on screen for 2 hours and 20 minutes, 60%. Instagram, 1 hour and 16. Flip for 21 minutes. And a lot of that goes into, uploading these videos and kind of watching other people too, and taking ideas from them as well, and seeing what they do well and kind of trying to implement it in my workflow. But again, if you do end up charging, it's going to show you estimated time remaining, so that's something I do appreciate. But overall, there is iOS 2016, I was going to say iOS 26 on the iPhone 16 Pro. Like I said, it's a developer beta. I would either wait for the public beta to come out in July or the stable release in the fall. We'll see how this looks with the iPhone 17 series when it does come out in September, but I am super excited for what Apple has to offer with this latest update. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to super smash that like button, comment down below. Best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I've got iOS 26 on my other devices. I've got iPad OS 26. I've got watchOS 26. I'm going to be testing them and sharing with you guys all of the new features. Stay tuned. That's been it from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.